Welcome to This Week in St. Pete, and we are here at the new St. Petersburg Concha, which is a highlight court here in St. Petersburg. You know, our city is all about quality of life. We have worked for years to try to improve the quality of life in so many ways, because that's why people want to live in St. Pete, especially the outdoors. St. Petersburg Outdoors program is a program to try to do more activities that get people out of the house and out to enjoy the beautiful weather we have here in Florida. We are building the largest bicycle path system in the southeast United States. The Pinellas Trail will be into downtown and complete within the next few months. We are building a playground within a half-mile walk of every child of the city. We have built dog parks around the city and skateboard parks around the city. We've put water slides at all the pools, which has significantly increased the attendance by kids at our pools. And today we're doing one more of those things. We're going to open up a new highlight court. We have some folks that know an awful lot more about highlight than I do. If you're going to watch me in a few minutes try to play a little bit of highlight, these folks have taught me how to do it. And why don't you introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about, you played highlight over in Tampa as a professional for many years.
Yes, sir, from 1953 to 1961.
Tell me your name and tell me what it was like to play highlight.
My name is Al Sarmiento, and my number is number 12. In that time we used to say Joe Namath and me, because Joe Namath was number 12 too. So it's a beautiful sport. The ball travels 180 miles an hour, and we didn't wear any helmets in my time.
Wow.
If you were afraid, you didn't have to play at all, but you didn't wear helmets. And Tampa, I played with Barcelona, Mexico, Cuba, and in Tampa it was like 7 years. And it was to me, I play tennis. I am a tennis pro now, and I tell you the truth, Jaialai is the most beautiful sport that I ever practiced in my life.
Well, Joe is the Joe Namath of highlight, and you showed me a book that is a pretty significant accomplishment. Tell them about your book, about the book that you showed me.
Oh, it's the World Book Encyclopedia, and if you look in the highlight, for the highlight world, you will see my picture with number 12 jumping out of the wall. And you know, it was a surprise when I discovered that they were using that since 1957.
He's being modest. He was a superstar.
I'm going to ask him about that. That's a pretty impressive thing. I don't think I'm going to make it into the World Book anytime soon. So, Joe, that's a great feat for you to have. Now, introduce yourself. Tell me about the organization here, but also tell me what you think about Joe and his past performance.
I'm Derek Smith. We're here with the NationalHighlight.com. And Sargento, I've never seen him play. I just heard he was one of the best players to play in Tampa. They said his win percentage was as high as anybody there, and he was just a fantastic player. I never did get to see some of the older players play. I missed half the sport, I guess, of the greatness. But I came into Tampa 1994 I started, and I closed it out 1998. And I played there until I was done. They asked me to continue to go throughout the circuit, but my family's here, and I had moved back to St. Pete, and it's hard to leave such a city. So this is how the whole court came about. There was the guys that taught me how to play. This court's been in fruition for about 20 years. We've been wanting this court to come about, and thanks to the mayor, thanks to Phil Whitehouse, a bunch of the guys from the city council that just made all this happen for us. We're very grateful. Thank you.
Well, we're thrilled to have you here. Tell me a little bit about the group that's going to be playing on these courts.
Any amateurs. We're going to try to start some summer leagues. Anybody can call us. I'll be the pro here. I'll be teaching anybody, from any age. The highlight is just like golf. Once you learn the highlight, it's not as hard as everybody thinks. It's very, very easy to do. After the summer camps, we'll really start to see how everybody's interest is in the sport.
Well, you know, there's so many great opportunities to enjoy the outdoors in St. Petersburg under the St. Pete Outdoors program. This highlight Concha.
Concha's a court, yes.
This highlight Concha is another new great way to do it. It's a beautiful, beautiful sunny day, and it's another great day in St. Petersburg.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Cliff Footlick. I'm the Parks Director for the City of St. Petersburg, and I'd like to welcome you here today for a very special and unique dedication and ribbon cutting ceremony. This new facility, Jaialai facility, is really one of a kind. It is the only one in the country, and so we're really special. It's really special today to be honoring the people that helped made this possible today. So at this time, I would like to introduce the Chair of City Council, James Bennett.
A few months ago, before Councilmember Foster left office, he brought us a very unique idea, and that was to take some of the tennis courts and turn it into a highlight court. And Bill Foster fought with his council members trying to explain, what are you trying to do? But what you have today is a cooperation of public and private funding and the Wiki-Wachi Fund, which council oversees. And so through all those efforts, you have the first neighborhood highlight court that anybody can think anywhere in the United States. And we're going to dedicate that today. So I want to say thank you to Councilmember Bill Foster. Can we recognize him? We have other council members here. We have Councilmember Jeff Danner, the Vice Chair. And we have Jim Kennedy, Councilmember Jim Kennedy from District 2. And Councilmember Herb Polson from District 1. And Wingate's on his way. He's a big guy. You'll know him when he arrives. Pat him on the back. This was a great effort. This was a unique effort, and it's a lot of fun. So we are in District 3, and we had an election last year, and we have a new council member who's rapidly learning the ropes and doing a very good job. And he has relatives all throughout this area. In fact, you know, everyone you bump in is either a Dudley or was a student of this man. So it's with great awe that you are grabbing hold of your job as councilman and representing the good citizens of District 3 so well. Councilmember Bill Dudley.
Thank all of you for being here today. This is, I'm not going to, yeah, I am. It's a great day in St. Pete. I'll just, go ahead and say it. I'd like to welcome my fellow council members. We have been to more dedications and ribbon cuttings in other parts of the city, so it's great to have you guys finally come out to our neighborhood. And it's a wonderful, wonderful park. This is a great place to live. And this Puryear Park is a tremendous facility, and dedicating the highlight court today just is enhancing that. And as we mentioned earlier, this is the only one that we know about in the United States, and it makes us special. You know, when you have the first of anything, it's that's pretty good bragging rights. So we're tickled to death that it's here, and I'd be remiss if I didn't really. I want to thank Councilman Foster for really taking it by the horns and making this happen. And I think this is a classic example of individuals having an idea, going into a neighborhood and their association, taking that neighborhood, that idea, and then going to the city and do a collaborative effort. We have this, what you're seeing today. And I'm so pleased that you all came. And later on, when we take the Cessna is an airplane, a Cessna is the basket, the pelota is the ball, and the only other thing I remember, and the only other thing I remember is a chula, and that's when it hits in the corner, it's unplayable, right? Okay. I used to go to, when I was a small child, There was a highlight fronton and nearby, and I wanted to see what it was about, so I went for 3 or 4 months. And but anyway, it's a fascinating game. It used to be touted as the world's fastest game, and you see that ball flying, and these guys catch it in the basket. It's hard enough throwing it, but trying to catch that thing in the cesta is pretty. It's pretty remarkable. It's great eye-hand coordination. I think all you guys are pretty good golfers, must be, because eye-hand coordination. No. And I wanted to mention the impact that this has worldwide. We have a gentleman here today that flew in from Spain, and he found out about it on the internet. And where is that gentleman? Is he here? I know he's here somewhere. There he is right there. Flew in all the way from Spain to be here today, and I think that's terrific. Councilman Newton back here in the red shirt, who just got here. And I have to tell you, he called me when the thing started. He was lost. Councilman Newton ain't from around these parts. You know what I mean? And so he calls me and he says, "Where do I go?" You know, and so I gave him directions as Mr. Bennett was going through his talk. So Wingate, and he's a Northeast grad too. I mean, so another Viking. He's wearing his red shirt today. But anyway, we're all tickled to death to have you here today, and stick around later. I've already seen they've got names put on the board over there, and Mr. Muntz, I think, is you need to see him at the ticket window, and he'll be placing pari-mutuel or something. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, thank you all for coming, and let's have a great day. Thank you.
Good morning. This is former council member Bill Foster in the heart of District 3. We're here to dedicate St. Petersburg's Jaialai Court. It's the only one in the country that is municipally owned, and we want to thank the National Jaialai Association and the Edgemoor Neighborhood Association really for making this possible. They came to the city a couple of years ago and had a request. They wanted a Jaialai court, but not only did they request some funding and space to do this, but they brought money to the table, and it's a perfect partnership when associations come in and they're willing to contribute their time, their money, and their efforts to make it happen. So kudos to all and enjoy the day.
The neighborhood association getting together at a meeting every month and talking about what we're going to do to improve our neighborhoods. And for 2 years we've come up with different plans, and this is a beautiful park, and we have everybody to thank for it. There's so many people to thank, and I'm just glad all the council from St. Petersburg is in very comfortable attire today and enjoying this beautiful weather and a beautiful court.
The Edgemoor Association adopted it because it was a community event. Jaialai, from the roots of Jaialai, and Inigo would probably be a great consultant for that. It was based around the community and families coming together, so it fit perfect for our neighborhood association to adopt it. And Bill Foster noticed that right away. It's not only the most exciting and intense sport in the world, but it's also something that brings communities and families together. So thanks, Bill, for recognizing that and and helping bring that together. And Bill Dudley is kind of gaining the reins with that and pursuing that with us as well. So I want to recognize Inigo for coming all the way from Spain. That's amazing. I saw you on the internet last night at Master High and stuff like that. And he's a professional player in Basque and Spain. And thanks for coming all this way just to see this dedication. That's amazing.
The Tampa Bay media, just about everybody has now heard of our Jaialai court, so thank you, Tampa Bay media. I'm now a big media star. I've forgotten how many interviews I've given over the last week or so. And I want to thank the mayor. He was just here a few minutes ago. He had to leave for his child's first football game, as you know, and the whole city council. Thank you very much. And they said if they build it, they will come, and here's our court.
Well, Bill, it came together, man, just like we talked about it, with the help of everybody involved and everybody. It's all been covered so far, and the dream is alive. I mean, it was something 20 years ago when we started playing Jaialai out here. we dreamed about this and we talked about this, and here it is. It came together with the help of all these guys, all of these guys, the players and so forth that make it happen. And we're looking forward to a great day today. Thank you very much, everybody.
Never in my life did I dream that I would be announcing one of the most exciting sports and meeting some of the greatest athletes in the sport. In my 15 years of announcing at Tampa Jaialai, Ocala, Orlando, Miami, and all the major frontons, I've done some announcing. Jaialai is over 4 centuries old. And those of you that may not be familiar with it, roughly, Jaialai means merry festival. Usually, Jaialai games were played at festivals in the Basque region. The technical aspects of Jaialai, man, they are as difficult to explain to someone as a chess game is to a novice. You may know the moves. You may see people throw the pelota, but it's very complex. I can tell you that in 15 years, I had a lot of opportunities to get on the court. And although I was pretty good with a reverse and a forehand, I never mastered the rebote, which is a shot off the back wall.
I haven't either.
You haven't either? It's a very difficult thing. You could see a lot of things happening to that ball, and I've had guests that have been standing right next to me while I'm announcing behind a safety special glass that prevents the ball from shattering it. And I've seen balls coming right at us, and the guests leave the booth. They just run. And then all of a sudden the ball will curve, and they can't believe it. There are many things, little picadas, what they call picas, where a special flick of the wrist causes the ball to bounce higher, preventing another player from actually getting his cesta on the ball. For close to 50 years, not quite 50 years at Tampa, and for me, 15 years, Jaialai was played just about on a nightly basis. And it was a very sad day. I think it was 47 years in Tampa. The doors finally closed. But thanks to all of the wonderful people who have put this project together, the politicians who have cared for the community's request, the community for wanting this thing here, we have Jaialai in the unlikeliest place of all, a beautiful open-air arena. I think you're really going to enjoy what you see. Those of you that have been to Jaialai before are going to enjoy it because you haven't seen it in a while. Those of you that are coming with your parents, or even those of you that have never seen the game before, I believe you'll find it fascinating. For me, near the end of my 15 years at Jaialai, one of the saddest moments for me came when I had to say for the final time, bye-bye from Jaialai. Wow. Well, I can tell you now, there's nothing that rhymes like that, but it's ever so appropriate now when we say hello to Jaialai here. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for coming.
1, 2, 3.
Hi, here we are today at the dedication ceremony for the first ever local park Jaialai fronton, and it's in St. Petersburg out in District 3, and it is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to take a shot at playing here in a little bit. I'm not sure how it's going to be, but I am armed with my cestas ready to go. I just don't know how I'm going to pick up the ball if I miss it. So feel free to come out, learn the game, and enjoy Highlight.
We're here at Perrier Park for the grand opening of the new Highlight Court, which is not only the first in our city, but the first in the nation. Now, right behind us here, we have some lessons going on for former Councilman Bill Foster, who was instrumental in bringing this court to this neighborhood. He's trying to learn how to throw with the cesta there, and I think he's going to need a lot more lessons. But everybody in the city is invited to come out and check out our new facility here, and it'll be a lot of fun. So come out and join us.
It starts in parks. That's what Clarence Scott and all our staff members tell us, and they've shown us that here today with the first ever Highlight Court in the United States, municipal owned, open to the public. It's something that you just don't see everywhere. There's a lot of people down here for the neighborhood picnic, and this could be a great opportunity for kids to learn this sport. And once again, we've led the country in something new.
Chairperson of Mainsail All Volunteer Committee that puts on the show each year. We're in our 33rd year, and each year it's the third full weekend in April, and it was always voted 100 best shows in the country by Sunshine Artist magazine. We have over 250 artists that are juried and screened from 1,000 applicants. And we also have culinary arts, we have performing arts, we have Kids Create for the children to make their own art for free, and we have Young at Art, where there's all types of young artists win awards. We're here, the event's free at the Benoit Park each year, and it's on the beautiful waterfront of St. Petersburg.
Actually, I want to move here. St. Pete is very supportive of the arts. In fact, just started having meetings with the city in regards to me moving my entire studio here. And I'm looking forward to that. It's a very lively downtown. They really support the arts, both patrons and the city. So I want to be a part of it.
Something going on all the time here in downtown St. Petersburg. I can't speak too much for the outlying districts, but your downtown here has always got something going. It has for the whole time we've been here.
That's
and
great.
We've totally enjoyed it. Plus you got some great restaurants within walking distance of the marina, which is nice for us.
Hi, my name is Gary Howerton. I'm from Danville, Virginia, and I drove a long way to be here. The main reason is that I really enjoy St. Petersburg, and I really enjoy Mainsail as an art show. We only do maybe 3 Florida shows a year, including Mainsail, and the reason is the people are great, the buying energy is great, and the location is just wonderful by the water here.